miles south of downtown Seattle. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
I still remember when he was drafted, there was a little bit of controversy about how high he was selected by the New York Giants. But his talents were revealed. He can make every throw in the book. Surprisingly good athlete. As long as he takes care of the football, doesn't turn it over, he can really make plays.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll get this out to about the 40. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Throwing, Jones. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Jones. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. This is taken at the 15. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Under center, it'll be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good poise, and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Off of play action, Darnold out right to Smith-Njigba. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Now it's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Darnold from the gun. This one goes underneath to Walker. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 of 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Second down, another run with Taylor. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for 1st.
A gain of 4. It brings up 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Jones. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Throwing again on second down. Jones. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's a sneak with Jones. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Colts first down. A gain of a yard. First down, Colts.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Late groupie now for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. In motion goes the tight end. Darnold now to throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Darnold. Smith and Jigba to the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's Darnold. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. That's taken in by Arroyo. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Walker will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Back to throw, Darnold. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Now they empty the backfield and motion the running back right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. This a 27-yard attempt here. Myers' kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Jason Myers.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. The Colts set to take over here offensively. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Lets it fly for Treadwell. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Now Darnold. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the...
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Arroyo, 43 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
looking to put a drive together. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. To the right side, this is Taylor. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Does a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Just shy of midfield. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Looking to throw. Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage?
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Colts have regained the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Groupie for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Darnold. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Throwing, Jones. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Trips over it. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
Now Jones. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll try and do this himself. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Jones now. from the gun on third down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short, brought down at the 45. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up fourth down. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
The last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Throw out wide to Walker.
Complete to Ken Walker. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 30-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Running right, here's Walker. Bulldozes past him. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A gain of 17
They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. He'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Pass caught, Arroyo right side.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Elijah Arroyo, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 17-14. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Shifts by him. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Indy set to go on offense once more.
On the 27-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. He'll start with a give to Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Colts first down. A gain of 19 yards. First down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's third down.
The Colts on third down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Boy, you know, some plays you can just sort of tell they're not going to work from the start, and that was one of them right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had every option taken away, and so all that was left for him to do was to try and keep it himself, but even he knew that he had nowhere to go.
Jones throwing on 4th down. He'll try to do it himself, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
2nd down and 4. Up the middle, here's Walker. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Elijah Arroyo on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. The extra point now coming from Myers. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Back to throw now on first down. A man over the middle, and it's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. And a Colts.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 11 at the 41. Operating from the gun, Jones. He's got his man, it's Pierce. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. 27 yards there, a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Off the option, here's Taylor. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Quick throw caught by Cup out wide. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
A final shot before the break. Darnold. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the 3rd quarter as we're ready to kick off the 2nd half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the 2nd half is underway. And a fast footwork by White. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember in that 1st half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that 1st half.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Darnold now to throw. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 11. It's now 3rd and 2.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Darnold. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
To throw is Darnold. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
57 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Back to throw, Darnold. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a 2-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Here's Darnold. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Myers for the Seahawks field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second and 12, Jones. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense has Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
In motion, the tight end. Now Darnold. There's a short one caught by a roller. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
And a rain slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Darnold. Going deep for Walker. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter...
Oh, and now some space to operate through the middle of the field. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
And the Colts, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
They'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Oh, the option again to Taylor here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
They'll run here with Taylor.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football, but he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Here's Groupie for the PAT.
And the lead will shrink to 6. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
A give for Walker running right. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's taken in by Arroyo. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Back to Walker on first down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Again, it's Walker. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Straight ahead, Walker. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
On first and 10, it's Charbonnet. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a second and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Okay, 2nd and 1, you get nothing. What now on 3rd and 1?
Sorry about that. I was so excited I jumped in on you. This is almost like practice to me. Line it up and do it again. You didn't get it right the first time. Just get right back on the ball and go. It doesn't matter.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sam Darnold keeping it himself from 10 yards away. And they're able to
tell your quarterback, you've got to be an actor here. Hold it for a beat, and then it's all you. And this is a great run to not only pick up the first, but take it all the way into the end zone.
The Seahawks offense staying put out on the field. They're going to go for two.
The
Shaheed going to go in motion.
For the two-point conversion.
They're going to throw for the two with Darnold. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Colts offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run the jet sweep here with Pierce. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Boye Mafe got to the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
A gain of 12 brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Jones keeping it on the sneak. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. Now a 2nd and 6. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Darnold from the gun. And Walker has it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
2nd and a couple. From the gun, it's Walker. And this will be a Seahawks first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Seahawks first down. 1st and 10.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
They run again with Walker. And some space here. That's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Off of play action, Darnold. He's got a man, it's his fullback. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
And the big guy catches the ball in the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And a quick shuttle pass here is complete. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Myers on for the field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. looking to put a drive together. Now Jones. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Jones. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Now it's Darnold. Man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Open that left side, Shaheed has it. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. He gets this complete to Shaheed. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that play seemed well scouted defensively. They collapsed everything inside. Nowhere to go on the quarterback sneak. Now it's going to bring up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Jason Myers.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. A beautiful fake. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. That's complete to Pierce. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you try not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. That one finds Pierce right side.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On second and 10, Jones. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. Back to throw. Jones. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And the Colts are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Jones. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now we'll pause for the injured player, and it's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. It certainly would be a major loss for this offense. Hopefully he's okay. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Back to throw. Jones. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. Target pylon caught. Touchdown Colts. Amir Abdullah. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The 4th quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Colts 28.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And the Seahawks, first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They're going right back to Walker. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. To the right side, this is Walker. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third down and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and that should just about do it.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level for both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.